So family history is quite big, but basically, I'm born in Switzerland, which is where my grandfather had his house.
Yes.
Brought up in that house.
So for Chaplin Talks, did you have the idea before COVID?
I would say as soon as lockdown began in March, I just thought, what am I going to do with all this spare time? I'm used to playing all these gigs and everything, and suddenly everything got shut down. And I thought, why not just reach out to people and see if we can talk about my granddad a little bit? And it was also a learning curve for me, because a lot of people out there, as I'm sure you do, probably know a lot more about my grandfather than I do. So I just thought it'd be a nice way to kind of get to know my family history a little bit.
Has any of your siblings or cousins ever done any kind of a podcast or show relating to Charlie Chaplin?
A lot of the family members are probably a little bit more private, as was I. It was only because I started to get curious and bored during lockdown that I thought, why not? And as well, I think a lot of younger people are starting, not to realize who he was. And I know I'm his grandson and everything, but I do think that he was quite important for Hollywood. So I think it's a nice way to kind of try and carry on and spread the word a little bit.
So Charlie was a great composer, and you've inherited that from him. You're also a great musician. Also, during the lockdown, you released the song I Need You.
I had to basically run out of Switzerland because lockdown was happening. As I was leaving, I was speaking to my friend, and we're like, we know what, let's make the most of it. Let's try and write a song.
If you could recommend one Charlie Chaplin film to someone who's never seen any of his work before, which one would it be?
That's a very good question. My personal favorite, I would say, is...
Again, this has been a huge honor for me. I can't thank you enough for coming on my show. You're like royalty. You're descended from royalty. This is really amazing that I've got you on my show. So I want to thank you once again. Spencer Chaplin.